For the past few hours, Thorbo, Tangleboot, Gabbo, Goodbarrel, and Ximbaxel the Magnificent have been trekking through the treacherous Marsh Valley swamp in a pursuit of a group of bandits that recently attacked the small town of Mirkwell. Unintentionally wrangled into these affairs, the party was originally headed west to the port city known as Ambervale. But since they have nearly sank in quicksand, fought ferocious beasts, and trudged through crocodile-infested waters, all in the pursuit of the band of marauders. Now, our story continues as they crest the cliff that potentially holds the bandits' last known location and face the uncertain. So the three of you have successfully managed to scale up this cliff without really knowing what's up there. You saw the steeple of a church. But that's about much else. As soon as you crest, you notice that because this cliff, this kind of plateau is a little bit higher, it's significantly less marshy and less covered with foliage as the areas down below. The terrain is kind of different. Mushrooms and kind of fungi litter the surface of it. Immediately to your left is a modest size chapel that's kind of falling in and decaying. Any kind of paint or any kind of finishing has been worn off. The stained glass windows are kind of cracked. And you notice that the doors are swung open. And in the opening of it is what looks to be a web-covered human-shaped piñata. Leading up to it, that's kind of gently wiggling. Further down, just past the chapel, is a graveyard of some extent. All the tombstones seem to be kind of toppled over, and it's like the earth has been moved and shaken and pushed, and everything seems kind of at a disarray. And in that, you see a few mausoleums and things like that as well.
So this man is being attacked by a spider, by the look of it.
No, not necessarily.
Oh, okay. Fine. Okay, cool. You go touch him then.
Could be a party.
It could be.
It's been wiggling.
It could be like toilet paper.
I don't know what kind of parties you go to, but this is a very disturbing party.
Well, I think we should go whack the piñata.
You go ahead. I'm going to stand back.
Well, we should at least look in the chapel. We should poke our heads in and have a look.
Yeah, but there's this man in there.
I kind of look down at him like, can you even reach the piñata?
Yeah, so you're probably 300 feet from the church. And it's kind of the human shape is hanging by its ankles upside down, just in the doorway of this structure.
You said it was wiggling.
Ooh.
Yeah, you can't. It's not like it's trying to escape. You're not really sure maybe if it's wind or some other outside force, or if it's actually whatever is there is actually.
Well, I guess
moving,
we'll start to walk towards it at least.
Sure.
It could be a warning if it's in the doorway.
It definitely could be a warning.
Now, I will mention that at any point, y'all are more than welcome to ask for various skill checks. If you want to do a perception check or survival...
I would like to do a perception check.
Okay, go ahead.
So that's a D20. 12 plus perception is 2, so 14.
Yeah, you notice that how it's positioned, that the wind wouldn't really be kind of catching it. And as it kind of slowly swings around a little bit, you notice that one side of it's pretty steeply cut.
Huh.
Probably around halfway, around the waist area.
Ew.
But, that's all you can kind of glean from the distance you have.
So it's definitely a web that surrounds this person.
Yeah, you're welcome to give me a perception check as well, but it's some sort of stringy white coffin. You mean maybe he's a butterfly? Yeah, no, he's definitely a butterfly. With the 3, well, actually, what's your modifier?
0.
0?
Ooh.
Yeah, he's probably Mothman is probably in some sort of cocoon, and he's getting ready to hatch.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, you're not able to glean anything that Gabbo or Thorbo there didn't already.
I think we should cautiously sort of approach.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I do a perception for any sort of sound, maybe?
Absolutely. Great question.
I'm going to do that.
Perception extends to all senses, so not just sight, but yeah.
All right. Okay, great. 10.
There's not a lot of noise besides the ambient, cicadas and crickets and wildlife and rivers, but you could have swore you heard some sort of soft moan. But you're
Sensual?
not sure. Maybe.
So, just to continue and annoy everyone with more checks, could I do maybe like an insight check to see if I know if there's like any giant spiders that exist around here or anything?
I would say do a survival check to
Okay.
see if you're just familiar with this kind of landscape and wildlife.
10.
You've heard stories, but you've never seen any.
Alright.
In personal
I still think
experience.
I still think we should.
Does it
approach.
look like there could be like any other entrances to this church?
The back side of it is actually somewhat hanging off, just on the other edge of the cliff. The only obvious entrance is the doorway. You could perhaps try and busting a window or something, or scaling it and going down through the chapel if you wanted to, but other than that, there's no side doors.
The windows on the side of it, or
There's 3 windows that you can see on the side of it. All of them are stained glass. That's kind of like cracked, but still intact.
okay. So I would suggest that we maybe try and sneak up to the windows and maybe
we could
check if there's
stealth up.
anybody in there. Like,
Sure. Yeah. Is that what 3 of you want to do?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yep.
You kind of creep around to the side. Everyone give me stealth checks.
11.
Okay.
17.
5.
I should have asked ahead of time, but what order are you in?
I want to be at the back.
Okay.
I'm probably going first.
Okay. I'm gonna say each of you go up to a different window. Dennis, you go to the far window and you see a lot of webbing. It's kind of safe to determine that these windows should have fallen out, but it's actually the webbing on the inside of the structure that's holding it together. Thorbo, you see again whole lot of webbing. You're not able to really see as much because there's webbing kind of obstructing your view. Gabbo, you don't see a whole lot, and you kind of peek in a little bit, and then a spider the size of a dinner plate jumps onto the glass, as in he's trying to get you, but he's obstructed.
Stupid spider. Okay, I've got a plan.
Mm-hmm.
I got a plan. I'm using a spell.
Oh.
I'm gonna use a spell because I have a feeling that these spiders don't like light. So
Okay.
can I, with my light cantrip, shine the stained glass window in front of me as like a sort of burst of light and move it away?
Read it out to me. Read me the actual specific text of it.
You touch one object that is no larger than 10 feet in any dimension. Until the spell ends, the object sheds bright light in a 20-foot radius and dim light for additional 20. It can be coloured any colour you like.
Sure. What are you casting it on?
I want to onto the window
Okay. Yeah.
in front of the spider.
Sure. Is there any kind of check or anything associated with that? Does it say you had to roll anything or?
At will. Just at will.
Yeah.
At will. Okay, yeah, sure.
Cast at will. Whoosh.
Sure, yeah. You put your hand on the
Rest in
glass.
peace, Will.
Poor Will.
The spider's called Will.
Oh, nice.
Will
You're getting
the
along so
spider.
nicely. Yeah, you place your hand. Is Gabbo left or right-handed?
Left-handed. They're more
Left-handed.
creative. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You put your left hand on the panes, and the spider starts like clawing at you with its front two legs. And it bursts in actually a brilliant spectacle of light due to all of the different colors in the stained glass. The spider kind of jumps back in surprise, but it doesn't seem like he's harmed by it. Just like, oh, light, cool.
Yeah, that's good. That's what I wanted to happen. Just get it away from me a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, not happy with that.
Thorbo just sort of looks
Gabbo
over and just
does it again.
wonders what the hell he's doing.
Yeah, it's like one of those.
He's making a light show.
Yeah, it's like one of those balls that has all the spheres on it, circles on it, of the different colors. It's like that. It's just not rotating.
I see the lights inside through my window. I'm like, I think there's some sort of light show inside.
There's a disco.
That's what the pinata's for.
Did that light come from in there?
I don't know what to do. I'm content with not going in.
Maybe we should wait for a maid or something.
Well, I'm
Hire a
guessing.
cleaning service.
I'm thinking there's lots of spiders. I'm thinking there's maybe a spider nest or a big spider mama in there.
So we
What a
weren't
brilliant
really looking for
observation.
spiders. I can't remember. You said you were talking to this the Nettles. Did he mention this place?
Uh,
Well,
did he?
didn't you say something about it being the only structure in a long time, in a long while?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's likely. You seem to remember, whether or not this is true, I don't know. But you seem to remember that Nettles mentioned that this is the only like human-built structure within a reasonable walking distance. And when the bandits came yesterday, it was almost sundown, and so it's likely that they would have sought shelter in this structure. Although
What sort of
they
time
could
is
have
it
made
now?
sort
That
of
seems like
camp.
a bad idea.
It's probably an
What's that,
hour
sorry?
from sundown.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you arrived in Markwell at about 1 p.m. and you've traveled for a few hours, so you probably got about an hour until sundown.
So I'm gonna go to the sort of the front entrance. I'm like sort of back a little bit, and then I'm gonna use my mage hand to sort of poke this hanging man a little bit,
Okay.
make him swing
Yeah.
a little bit more.
Just poke, literally just poke it? Is that your goal?
Or just sort of like push it and make it swing. See if any
Okay.
reaction happens.
Yeah, okay, sure. Do you roll? How does this work? How do you D&D?
I think mage hand's at will. I can just do whatever for a minute, 30 feet away.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you do your mage hand, and you kind of poke him, and he swings a little more, and yeah, he kind of wiggles a little more. You actually notice that cut on the side, there is some sort of dark, brackish, black sludge that's dripped out just a little bit.
Didn't
from
these zombies
that
have
cut.
that? Or something. Oh, what if like the spider's like a fungus taking over a host?
Should we be covering
That's
our mouths?
disgusting.
So I use my mage hand a bit and I like spin him by the head, so it's like a spinning top.
He spins real good.
Thanks. Thanks for that.
give
That was good.
Actually, give me a roll.
Just a d20.
Yeah, just D20. Give me a roll.
Net
Oh,
20.
nat 20. Yeah, you actually spin it.
Put on show.
You put on quite a show. The light catches the webs in such a way that it actually makes a disco ball effect, and it just
nice.
lights up the area. No, so yeah, he spins around, and actually causes the web that's securing him to weaken, and he falls laterally. He's laying horizontal, kind of rolls down the stairs. There's a couple steps and sticks a little bit, but he's just a little bit closer to you.
Poke him.
I poke it with my mage hand some more.
I mean, he just
Can I use my mage hand to sort of rip away some of the webs? That's probably a better idea.
Yeah, any particular area or anything?
Maybe around the face.
Okay. Yeah, you rip away the face, and it's... Jesus, sorry. Sorry, it's such a sticky web. You rip away the webs around the face, and it's a human of some kind. It has the same sunken black eyes and jaundiced yellowish skin as the creature you encountered in Murkwell. It does appear to be alive. It's a little generous, but it does appear to be animated, and it's kind of just like
at it.
biting. Okay.
Okay.
That you roll.
Davey. Okay. Do I need like an attack roll or just a damage?
Yeah. Well, yeah. For formality's sake, do an attack roll and then damage.
15.
I was considering burning down the church, but come on.
15 plus 3, so 17.
Yeah, that definitely hits. It's a wrapped up zombie.
And then 17 damage?
No, that's not. You don't.
No,
do
that's not what I do.
What are you talking about?
It's 1d10. 1d10 fire damage. So 6, and I add my modifier to 7.
Okay. Yeah. You hit him with the flame, and he ignites. It's like someone soaked him in some lantern oil. The webs just burst into flames, and for a moment he's free, and he kind of flails around trying to get up. As he's doing so, you notice his right hand from about halfway down the forearm is just gone. It's just missing. And he's flailing some more, and then he just collapses. His clothes are kind of singed, but his flesh is melted, and he appears to be no more.
What?
Don't worry,
Wait a
guys,
minute.
I saved us. I think we should be careful
thanks.
with fire spells. We might burn down the whole place, which might not be a bad idea now that I think about it.
I was considering torching down the place, but I'm not sure it's a great idea.
No.
I'm not
sure?
sure.
I mean,
Does seem like
we could.
a place of the devil, so...
I will say I'm not against it, but I'm not for it. I can be convinced.
Do you want to... Should
Is
we...
there any light inside the church?
Yeah, there's
Well, there
a
was that
lot
disco
of
I
bright
saw.
disco lights. You can roll a perception check. if you
There's
like.
no door to the church, right?
Well, yeah, there's the doorway. One of the doors has just rotted completely off, and it's just on the porch area next to it. And one of them is attached by the bottom hinge, and so it's just kind of...
So basically it is open.
Yeah, no, it's
Yes,
completely
yes.
open. You could hypothetically walk in.
Okay, so I try to take a big glance inside.
Sure, yeah, give me a perception check. Nice.
19.
19 plus... just 19?
19 plus nothing.
Nice. So yeah, with the 19, and in combination with the light illuminated by Gabbo, you see the entire place is kind of coated in webs. There's a few patches that are missing that you can perhaps traverse, but you notice Will in the area where the middle window was.
Watch out with him. His is nasty.
To your left, you notice another dinner plate-sized spider. In the back right corner, there's another dinner plate large size spider. And then you could have swore, although there's a shadow, well, actually no, there would not be a shadow because of the light. You see some sort of tendrils up in the rafter, and right when the light kind of catches it just right, there's a shiny gleam off of a few spherical objects in between these tendrils, and they're big.
Big Mama. She's up
I'm
there.
fine with burning down this place now. I'm completely for it. Someone convinced me not to.
No, I have nothing.
No.
I cast firebolt at the building, like inside it, to hit something wood or webs or something.
Sure, I'll say yeah. I'll say you get the idea. There's towards the entrance, there's a pew wrapped and wrapped and a substantial amount of webbing that you're able to shoot, and it ignites. A few seconds go by, it burns. A few seconds, the kind of half of the interior is kind of engulfed, and a few more seconds, what little structural integrity the steeple at the top has burns, and it completely falls off down the cliff, sizzles and splashes as it hits the river, and a giant flaming spider crawls out halfway, frantically as it's trying to escape these flames, but then dies as it's trying to get out. I should probably roll damage and stuff, but it's wrapped in flames in a burning building. I mean,
I just want to get to Ambervale. Leave me alone, spiders.
And then a few seconds later, the whole place is burning, and it's so, even as humid as this air is, the web acts as some sort of accelerant, and the place is collapsing practically.
Cool.
Well,
we saved the village.
Or we just attracted loads of attention.
perhaps.
Everyone give me a perception check.
I got a 7.
9.
11.
With an 11, you hear just a little bit of shuffling over kind of in the area to the right where the graves are, and you could have swore you heard like a snort, like an animal type snort.
It's the pig thing we rode in on. Maybe.
Beth! Oh, I've got her locket.
Keep in mind, so you're all standing probably, 20 feet from this burning church with a smoldering zombie in front of you. The graveyard is kind of probably 100, 200 feet away. A bunch of different statues and tombstones and things, a little mausoleum in the background. So if that affects your opinion on how you move or where you go, just there's that information.
Could I see like a trap door or something like in the burning wreckage, like that would go down into the cliff?
You'd have to get closer.
But it's burning, so I'm not going to do that.
Mausoleum might be an entrance.
That's true.
Yes, that's maybe something under where the building.
Yeah.
Everyone give me perception checks.
Jeez, I'm not rolling well.
That's more like
9. 9.
Gabbo,
21.
you see, 21. Jeez, yeah, you see a shadow dart behind two tombstones, and you see an outline of some creature kind of on the other side of the mausoleum, obstructed by some foliage.
Is there like a safe place to stand, sort of like in the middle of this burning building, like just sort of like a clear area?
Is there a safe place to stand in the middle of a burning building?
Where it's like fallen in? Is there like just a sort of safe area where I wouldn't die standing there?
Yeah, you go to walk towards it, and right as you're about to come close to it, the back half of the cliff completely gives way because the foundation is now burning and destroyed, and the entire church sloughs off into the river below.
So we're like now right on the edge.
You're probably, I'll say the back half, it kind of teetered, like cartoonishly teetered
like
off.
Titanic.
You're probably, you're probably 40, 50 feet from the edge of the cliff. Some of the cliff went with it, but you're not in any immediate danger unless you just decide to go running in a specific direction.
Okay. Well, there goes that idea of standing safely in a circle of flames.
Yeah, you know how there's no such thing as a stupid question?
Well... It was an idea.
I should just let you try to stand in a burning building.
Not in the building. I assumed it was basically rubble.
Bye, Thorbo.
Like after a building had been like bombed or something, you could just stand in the middle of it.
It had been
some of
20
it's on fire.
seconds.
Look. Shut up.
We need to go towards the shadow.
Yeah. Okay, I'm in the... I guess I cautiously follow in the back.
I tried to loosely check on like the guy who was caught in the web, like to see if he has anything on him.
Yeah.
Just
Give me a
poke
roll.
him a bit with my wand.
Give me a investigation check.
3.
Where were you poking? Looking at?
Oh, like
in particular?
his pockets. Or
Yeah, you poke his right pant, or no, you poke his left pant pocket. It's empty.
okay, nothing on him. Let's move along.
Alright. So I guess we're like looking towards this graveyard thing.
I'll lead. I'll go.
Follow.
I'll start
Yeah,
walking.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll follow. Constantly looking around. Anything?
So you say some of the gravestones are sort of like upturned, as it's very jumbled.
Yeah, the earth itself is kind of hilly. It looked like moles have just dug through the area or something. It's kind of toppled. Some gravestones, well worn gravestones, are toppled. Can't even really read them. They're that old.
Damn, I was just about to say.
Yeah. Can't
Okay.
even really read them. You could try to pass some sort of check if you really want, but it would just be me making up some fantasy name on the fly. Be like, oh fuck, I died. You know, I mean, it's just what you
So,
as,
could I do like a
as-
perception check to try to see what this thing
Well,
is?
as you're walking, you pass a couple of graves, and then probably 20 feet past you to your right, diagonally, you hear a thud followed by oh fuck, and then
Take,
like
like, 2
a
steps
subtle
back.
like scrambling and coughing.
I minor illusion a spider that goes towards the voice.
Will.
The silence we saw.
Spider.
Sure, yeah.
So I created a little spider boy.
Are you just making it walk?
I'm like making it walk
past
towards
that
them.
area.
Yeah, if I can like imitate the little spider noise as well, that would be good.
I think it's either read out the spell for me. I think it's either sound or sight.
Oh yeah, it's either sound or objects. Yeah, I'll just make a spider that sort of walks towards them.
Yeah, sure. Just out of curiosity, give me a roll. See how good the spider looks.
Well, he can do an intelligence check.
Oh, okay. Ooh.
If a creature uses action to examine the sound or image, the creature can determine that it is an illusion with a successful intelligence investigation check against your spell save DC.
No, he's not going to check and do an intelligence check. He's gonna spring up, and you see. I say spring up. You see a average size dwarven male, probably in his dwarven equivalent of late teens. Jump up. Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Oh fuck! And then he knocks an arrow or a bolt into a crossbow, and he shoots it at it, and it just goes. Well, actually, let me roll. Yeah, it just goes straight through the spider, and then he kind of squints at it. So now he's going to examine it. What do I roll?
Well, if he's fired something, you can tell it's an illusion.
Okay.
Yeah.
A physical interaction with the image reveals it to be an illusion, because things can pass through.
Gotcha. So he looks over, and he whips around his crossbow, be like, "Oi, who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you? No, I asked.
We're the ones asking the questions here.
I'm the one with the crossbow.
We're the ones with the magical abilities.
What? Doesn't mean you're special, does it?
It's as
I mean,
good
a
as your
little bit.
crossbow. I've got a crossbow. He's got a crossbow.
What are you doing here, Sir Dwarf?
Two of us have
Well,
got crossbows. The other one has like a guitar or something.
But you don't have your
I have
weapons
a
drawn.
banjo.
You don't have your
Same thing.
Well, respect, but you don't have a Ben drawn now, do you? I've got
I don't
a
want to
crossbow
draw it.
drawn. It's on you.
I'm a man
I
of
fire
peace.
a
We can work
fireball
this out.
next to him.
Whoa!
Next to like in a grave next to him.
Fuck! Okay. That's what you did with the church. Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Kind of thank you, actually. I was a little bit worried about the spiders. I don't like spiders.
What are you doing out here? This isn't a normal place to stay. Especially not for a dwarf.
Yeah, why are you sneaking around?
Oh, you actually notice, too, Ximbaxel, that he's got 2 backpacks on. In case you're curious.
Oh, good dwarf.
He wants to carry more. It's fine.
Yeah, one of them looks a little familiar, actually.
Ooh.
He says,
Wait a minute.
What?
Why, Iola?
I'm just an Avenger like yourselves.
Oh, it was our pig.
Beth?
At this point, from the foliage behind the mausoleum comes clotting out is a beautiful white horse. It is covered in a draping black cloak, and he kind of just walks up a little bit and goes, as in like making eye contact with the young dwarf lad. You're able. Give me insight checks if you want to on this man. You don't have to.
Insight +2. 21.
Inside?
Okay.
No, sorry, 20.
Anyone else know? Yeah, that's good enough. Yeah, he looks very nervous, covered in dirt, up to his knees in like mud and quicksand. Looks very familiar to you. You notice he also has armor that is completely cobbled together. On like one shoulder, he has a pauldron that's made of some sort of copper. Chest is maybe like partly chainmail, partly leather. He's missing his right pauldron. Down on the arm is like a plating of some greaves. And he's wielding. Well, actually, he's not wielding. He's wielding the crossbow. But on his back is a battle axe. Although it's very worn, you can tell it's been taken care of. It's some sort of pride, even though it looks like it belongs in the trash. And on the blade is some of that black sludge you saw leaking from the side of the zombie pinata. He nervously says, "Oh, all right. I'm outnumbered. I see I'm outnumbered. I get it. My name is Yornik. I arrived. Is that funny to you, boy?"
Yeah, sorry, yes. For unrelated reasons, don't even worry.
Okay, Yornik. The J is pronounced like a Y. My name is Yornik. I arrived in Mirkwell this morning. Undoubtedly where you 3 came from. You were probably sent by some of the town's people to track down the bandits, yes?
How do you know this?
Because I'm a adventurer too. I'm an adventurer like you 3. You've come for gold, you've come for glory, you've come for recognition, or maybe just to do the right thing.
Did you leave after us or before us?
Well, I don't know when you left, so that's kind of
when
a loaded
did you
question.
leave?
I left before midday.
When did we leave?
I can't remember.
You 3 left. You 3 arrived in Mirkwell slightly after noon.
Oh,
right.
Why would a dwarf
so
have
why
two
did no one?
backpacks?
Yeah.
One at a time, ladies.
So, yeah, go. Hey.
Why would a dwarf have 2 backpacks?
Oh, well, I found this one floating down the river. I can always use more supplies. It's quite cumbersome, actually, but I was afraid you would take my belongings. Why?
Does it have like a pencil case in it with Ximbaxel's name on it, like embroidered in?
Yeah, Ximbaxel, give me investigate check.
Like I think usually I would have something very colorful, but
You're underwear.
why do I waste a net 20 on that?
Yeah, you have an embroidered backpack that's sopping wet on this young dwarf's back. That is your backpack without a doubt. Like I said, sopping wet, it seems that he's telling the truth, that it probably came down the river, and he took it whenever he scaled the cliff.
Yornik, you seem like a good person.
I am, thank you. You too. Well, I don't really know you, but thank you.
I have to tell you that that backpack definitely reminds me of the one that I have, that it's probably mine, so I should probably give it back.
You're Ximbaxel!
Ximbaxel,
Yes.
the Magnificent.
Oh, yes. I saw your handmade flyers inside. I can only partially read them.
Of course.
Yeah, my apologies. I had no idea. Yes, here you go. And he takes it off, and he doesn't approach you, but he tosses it to you, like, halfway in the distance, you know. And he kind of puts his crossbow down a little bit. He's no longer really pointing at you.
Have you discovered anything out here?
I've discovered everything wants to kill me, apparently. Everything's
hands.
really bad here. A lot of sand. It's wet sand.
Did any of the townsfolk know you were coming out?
Yeah.
None of them mentioned you.
No, I'm
Did you
positive
talk
they would have.
to...
I don't think they did.
They did. Yeah, one of them did. One of them, Arnie mentioned an adventurer coming out that arrived this morning.
I don't remember that. Sure. Okay, I knew that. I forgot.
Fine. That's fine. Yeah.
Thorbo forgot.
It's been a few
We've been
weeks.
through a
It's
lot.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I arrived this morning on horseback with my lovely steed here, Ivy, and we saw the wanted. We were on our way to Amberville actually via the road, but we saw the wanted signs and we inquired. And one thing led to another, and I'm fighting off giant spiders. Zombies, actually. I didn't fight the spiders, I hate spiders, but I encountered the zombie, epic struggle. I cut off his hand, and a giant skittering spider jumped out. Luckily he wrapped up the zombie and not myself, and I've kind of been hiding because I'm afraid they're in the mausoleum. I was able to I looked at some tracks, and I saw people enter, and I found this note right before the zombie was taken by the spider. Get ready for some bad penmanship, folks.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks like a lovely note for Thorbo.
Yeah, and he hands it to Thorbo there.
Yeah, don't read dwarf.
I refuse to read such terrible penmanship and pass it over to Ximbaxel.
I can read it if none of you wish to.
I can read. It's about freaking time. Took us nearly all day to get through this damn swamp, but we finally found somewhere to crash. Boss Davey sent Rylan and me out to find some dry wood while Kobe and Adam set up camp in that mausoleum to do their journals. That's lame. I'ma check out that church we passed. That seemed promising. The other guys seemed scared of spiders or some shit because all them whelps. But I know that all them... Oh yeah, webs. Looks like a pig. All them webs. He maybe spelled it whelps because he doesn't know because he's dumb.
Maybe.
This is a dead man now. Show some
But I
respect.
knew they'll light up like gunpowder with just one fireball. You're welcome. I think Rylan said he's gonna head down that cliff and look around, but I can't be bothered. Anyways, Blake out.
Actually says furball, but who's counting?
Anyways, yeah, I found that. So I never saw Rylan. I'm not sure where he went off to. Perhaps he fell in quicksand. I'm not sure. But so that accounts for perhaps two of them. And I didn't have any fire spells, and I didn't want to get close enough with my tinderbox to attempt to be eaten by giant freaks. So
What was the name of the guy we found in town?
That was Ryland.
Well, yeah, we know where he went.
oh, you found him.
Yeah, he was a zombie.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Blake was
He
also
was one
a
of the
zombie.
walking, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the walking. I like that.
That's a name.
It's catchy. Mm-hmm. Well, yes, so, now that you three are here, I feel very confident that we could take on these dastardly bandits. There's only 3 of them left, so we outnumber them now.
Yeah. So I see you have this mighty battle axe.
Yes.
Very impressive, so hopefully...
Thank you so much.
I think maybe
So
we should go together.
Yes, absolutely, I would love to. What was your names? I know you, Ximbaxel the Magnificent. You, the other two?
Thorbo.
Thorbo,
And I'm
yes, nice to
Gabbo.
meet you.
Gabbo. Not related. Not related,
So
though.
I'm only really
Oh, no,
here
thank you.
because I heard the bandits had a shortcut to Ambervale. Do you know anything about that?
Yes, actually, if you continue on, a short ways. I think you could go through just a little bit more swamp, and it leads to the backside of a path. On the way up the mountain to Ambervale. It's technically shorter, but traversing the swamp sucks ass, so most people don't bother with it. There is oftentimes raiders and bandits there. A lot of times it's dangerous to go alone, so I usually don't go that way. I usually go the other way, like I was going through town. But
Does it?
Yeah, it's not too far.
It's not very adventurous of you.
Does it suck ass or suck arse? It's a very important distinction.
Both, really.
Okay. Just making sure.
Excuse my accent. I'm from the lock. We have strange accents over in the lock.
I see.
Well, I got some bad swamp ass, so let's go down to the mausoleum.
It's at least drier. Yeah, it's at least drier. I will happily lead if you would like. You there, the human. I don't mean to be racist. I'm sorry. Do you have any sort of other torches or lighting source? Yours seem to be sopping wet, so you probably can't see down there.
A spell. That would be good.
Fantastic.
So, are we at the entrance of the mausoleum?
Yeah, you're probably you're still kind of, I guess, in that Mexican kind of standoff, probably 150 feet away from the mausoleum.
Right. Well, I can cast dancing lights, which creates up to 4 torch-sized lights within range, making them appear as torches, lanterns, or glowing orbs that hover in the air for the duration. You can also combine the 4 lights into one glowing, vaguely humanoid form, which I'm not going to do.
Sure.
Whichever form, it's dim light and 10-foot radius. It's not the greatest, but it's something.
Yeah. I'll say you kind of explain that to him in character.
Sure.
Yeah. Because that seems really technical for... I don't know, that's in your character too, to just say it like that.
I'm just like reading from my notes of what spells I've worked out.
Yeah. Yes, yeah, absolutely. If we head down there, we can...
sure. It's only for 1 minute though, so...
Oh, I just have to be quick. We can have these suckers handedly.
I mean, I can cast as much as I want, I guess, so whatever.
Brag about it.
Yeah. I will.
Alright, well,
I'm a powerful
I don't know what these little people are talking about.
Is there any...
Shut up, tall boy.
I'm just petting the horse. I'm just not listening anymore. I'm just going over to Ivy.
Oh, you're going over to the horse. Okay.
Yeah, you're all talking about spells. I'm just, giving it a little pat on the head. And...
it actually, as you approach, it takes 1 step backwards.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ivy. Hey, also, what was his name again?
Yornik.
Yornik. How could I forget? Yornik, quick question. You haven't seen any sort of, boar or anything when you found that bag? Ximbaxel's bag?
Oh, no, sorry. It was just floating down the river.
Okay, just wondered.
There was also some loose wood that's not uncommon. It's all kinds of logs and things in the river, but no boar. Why did you lose a boar?
I have something for it. Yeah.
Oh. I'm sorry to hear
that. 1 day
that.
till retirement. So.
Entering him in a boar show.
Right. Well, is there any other preparations or anything we need to do before we head down? You three ready?
No, I do have a torch handy.
Okay. Yeah, I would say yours are probably pretty well saturated from being in the backpack in the river. I'm not saying they're garbage, but you probably have to do maybe a survival roll to see if you can use them. Keep in mind, everyone else can see in the dark. So the fact that Gabbo or Thorbo can use light spells would serve only you. But you're welcome to use a torch as well.
Yeah. Sorry,
I could cast light on one of their heads, though.
Oh, okay. Yeah, good call. I was just concerned about you, since you can't see. But buddy system, you can hold your friend Thorbo's hand, and I'll...
Listen, Ximbaxel, just grab hold of my banjo. Grab hold of my banjo.
Oh my!
You'll be fine, but not too tightly.
Uh-oh. What's gonna happen next? Who's this new guy? What's gonna happen? Oh no! That sounds almost sarcastic. But no, really, tune in next week for what is going to be the final episode of this little Merkwell arc here. We'll see how this little mini story concludes, and then the week after that, we're going to do a little bit something different. We're going to talk about and recap and theorize about this first little arc. I thought that might be fun to do in between different beats of the story, of the campaign, so we'll see how it goes. Your opinions mean so much to us. You can reach out and contact us via Twitter at DungeOnautspod, and over on Reddit is what it's called, r/Dungeonauts. This podcast is available everywhere podcasts are found, as well as on YouTube. If you go to dnd.laserknights.com, that will bring you to the YouTube playlist, as well as Sam and I, we have a gaming YouTube channel that we upload this on, and you can find that there. Like I said, tune in next week over on Twitter. You can find all of our contact information if you want to follow us personally, or if you want to, I don't know, check us out, stalk us, do whatever you like. It's up to you. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you guys around. Bye-bye.